Welcome back to OpenLine. Tonight we're talking with Dr. Manny Sethi, who started Healthy Tennessee along with your wife. It's been an outreach community service to get health fairs, health screenings to people who really need it. You're making dramatic progress in that, but you're also an author and everything else that you do. An orthopedic surgeon by day, doing Healthy Tennessee, a nonprofit. Tell me about this book, The American Dream in Tennessee.
Sure. Well, thank you so much. The American Dream in Tennessee sort of came about. I started writing it about 4 years ago, and I had a series of sick patients. I'm an orthopedic trauma surgeon at Vanderbilt who really, some of them just defied all odds.
They weren't supposed to live.
They were not supposed to live, and somehow they made it through. And I was very, so number one, I felt a very deep attachment with these patients. And I wanted to better understand what it was about their stories or my management or our management at Vanderbilt, what helped them. And so, I started as a very scientific project. The time to surgery, the amount of blood loss, the magnitude of their injuries or what happened to them. And as I spent time with each of them, learning about them, I really found this very common theme of three things. One was a very powerful faith in God. The second was a very loving family. And the third was a supportive community. And in each story, it was really the same three factors: faith, family, community, that really helped them. And as I started thinking about my own upbringing in Manchester, in Hillsborough and Manchester, Tennessee, and what made me who I am, I came to the realization that it was the same three very powerful factors. I came from a town, Hillsborough, Tennessee, which it's a very, very small town. My parents were the only doctors there in the beginning. They were immigrants from India, and I was born in Ohio, but I came there to Tennessee when I was 3 years old. And I just remember this town. They, just took me in the palm of their hand, and they raised me on a baseball field, at school. They were there to cheer me on when I went to medical school, when I came home. And I realized that what makes Tennessee so special is through every community we've been, the power of faith, family, and community. And that's what I think, I have such a deep bond with my patients, because as I've gotten to live the American dream in Tennessee, because of these factors, I think they're alive because of those three factors.
That's amazing. And it's amazing to, as skilled as you are, and as knowledgeable as you are, and as brilliant as you are in what you do on the medicine side of things, that you also see it's even bigger than medicine.
Oh, absolutely. I think that, we just don't talk enough in society today about the role of things like the power of faith and the power of family and the power of having a loving community or a church community or whatever that is, because I really believe that in taking care of patients and in that it makes all the difference. And in my own life, I will tell you, tell me where the child of two immigrants from India who go to a small town in Tennessee, becomes a trauma surgeon and can do all these incredible things. It's only in America, but I really believe it's something that makes our state a very, very special and unique place.
That's very cool. I know we have Bobby on the line, who you know.
Yes.
Bobby, thank you for being part of the show tonight.
Well, I'm enjoying it very much.
Good.
I have read The American Dream in Tennessee, and I was so struck by the stories in there. Number one, that somebody like Manny would take the time to do the research that is so clear when you read these stories. But there's such an encouragement, and I think also his writing style is so engaging in that he starts with the families well before they end up in Vanderbilt, so that you know something about the family, about their lifestyle, about their family relationships and everything that they're going through. And then comes the intersection with him and the services that he's able to provide. And I don't have time to read books often, and I read this one and so thoroughly enjoyed it. But I think it tells a story, as you mentioned, Terry, that we need to see these things. We need to know what people are like and what can be done when you've got a dedicated surgeon that's willing to go to all the lengths he can to put their lives back together again.
Bobby, thank you so much for calling in.
Wow. Thank you so much, Bobby. She's such a Thank you so much, Bobby. Bobby is a friend and a mentor of mine, and she's really she's the one who taught me the people don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Yeah.
That's actually from Bobby Petre. So, but you know, she's really dead on in what she's saying about it's so important to know people's stories. And you know, I visited a lot of folks at their homes. I had dinner with their families.
You spent 4 years with them, you said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we started writing, but yeah, about 3.5 years to 4 years talking to families. And just knowing their stories is so important and so vital. And what you see again is just that power of those three factors. And even within Healthy Tennessee, that's why I believe in the power of communities so much, because it has made me who I am as a person. It is what has gotten me through every struggle I've had is the love of the folks around me. And you know, I remember when my father passed away, we had a small ceremony in Manchester. And I'll never forget this. This lady, this very nice lady came up to me and she said, you know, you've never met me, but your father used to tell me all about you.
Oh.
And she had all these newspaper clippings from the Manchester Times of different things. And she's like, I just wanted to give this to you. And there were all these clippings of me playing baseball, or you know, when I got into college, or something that we did in medical school. My dad would always brag. He was the constant bragger.
That's what dads do.
But I will never forget that. It's, you know, here is this person who's clearly very busy and has their own life, and they're just cheering you on. And I think that is something that we have as a state that other places I have not. I've been to different places and I just don't see it. And across Tennessee, I really think that the power and the things that we're seeing with Healthy Tennessee is that power of community, is that Tennesseans care about each other and they want to make a difference.
And we rally. We rally well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we do have some very big obstacles to overcome. As we were talking during the commercial break, you've been to Appalachia. You had a health fair there. You said, I was in Haiti just a few weeks before that.
Yeah.
It didn't look much different.
Yeah.
That really struck me. I mean, that's big. That's huge.
Well, I think people are really suffering.
Yeah.
And sometimes they lack access to care, and they need help. And that's why we're just very blessed to be able to provide this service and to help. Because I think, you know, this is America, and this is, you know, this is where my parents came so that I could live the American dream. And I just cannot sit by idly while my fellow Tennesseans or folks don't have that same opportunity. And I very powerfully believe that if we don't get healthy as a state, if we don't face these challenges now, and we just keep pushing and kicking the can down the road, we're not going to invest in the things that we need for our kids. Like, you know, you have 2 kids, I have 2 young children. I want the best for them. And I believe that their destinies are tied to everybody around them. And so we all have to rise together. And I think that part of the way that we do that is through getting healthier.
I love that battle cry. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back to wrap things up. Stay right where you are.